Alrighty, welcome back to Behind the Hog. I'm your host, Sawyer Dillinger, alongside my dad co-host, John Dillinger, and we got another exciting one for you today. I think it's exciting every week that I've said the intro now.
It has been exciting. It's opening week for at least Arkansas football. I know last week was week 0, and there was some games. I didn't get to watch any of them, but we were able to watch some of the Thursday night games, and Missouri looked awful good. You know, that quarterback they got from Penn State. Of course, they was playing the FCS opponent.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But he looked like he may be the real deal.
He didn't look too bad. I mean, at the beginning there, it was. It ended.
Was lighting them up.
UCA was putting a hurting on that pass rush, and also on offense they were doing good. And then a couple unfortunate penalties came away.
They had
and
some bad calls against them early on that really set them
Yeah.
back, and I think it changed the tone of the game. I'm not saying UCA would have. Beaten them
No.
or even played them real close.
It would have been better though.
But I think they would have maybe kept it respectable in something like at 35-14 range.
Yeah.
Had they not been getting those unfavorable.
Yeah,
know,
a couple
calls
couple touchdowns were taken back from holding calls, or one or two, one or the other. But that really it swings momentum completely, and it's just not very fortunate.
Punt, where they called interference.
That was crazy.
If that would have been the other way around, Missouri, I felt like the guy didn't call for a fair catch.
Nope.
I felt like the UCA defender or the special teams player played it perfectly.
Yeah, couldn't have done better.
Exactly when he should have for a non-fair catch play.
And lit him up.
I think if it would have been the other way around, that would have been the Missouri player. I don't think that penalty would have been called. It would have been this huge play.
Yeah.
But when you're the FCS opponent, that's what's going to happen to you more times than not.
Absolutely, and I want to shout out UCA's punter. I mean, he put him on the one not just once, but two or three different times. Their quarterback did it, but their punter on the very next drive put it on the one too. So they had back to back.
For a minute.
Yeah,
I like that
99-yard
little shotgun punt that they did. Yeah,
I was telling my brother, I said, so that's what our coach wanted us to do in high school. That was not what we did at all.
Was it Connor that used to do that?
It might have been Connor. I seen him at the barbershop. Shout out Con Man, but we'd punt the ball maybe a good 10, 15, and he'd do it every single time. I'm like, man, you beating a dead horse that's just not moving right now, but. Either way, I'm really excited. I mean, Arkansas football it's the best time of the year. This dictates, lots of things, especially emotions. I'm super high on the Hogs this year, so I'm very looking forward to this opening game. And of course, it's a borderline D2 school, so it's not going to be very competitive. But I'm excited to see how our offense is going to look. I'm very excited to see how our secondary is going to look. And again, you take it with a grain of salt. This is not an opponent that you can really get a great look at your team, but you can kind of see the schemes and the different play designs and everything like that. So I'm excited for this game.
The only thing about Arkansas that we'll be able to learn from this game is if they're not good. We're not going to be able to tell if they're good from this game. Last year we opened up against an FCS opponent in the same conference, the SWAC, and we beat them
7-0. Yeah,
and so we're not going to be able. And we was 500 and won our bowl game, and we went up to 7-6. Is that what we finished last year? So we're not going to be able to tell if we're good from this game. What we're going to be able to tell is if we're bad in some area. And so what I'm looking for is total domination at every aspect of the game.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is kind of one where you get to watch the team. That's what I'm excited for. I'm excited to see the Hogs suit up, come out to Fayetteville. First home opening in a while at the stadium.
It's week 1. It's Lee Corso's last
college game day.
College game day. They're going to send him out. I like what they're doing for him.
Yeah, and they're coming to this game right here.
They're not coming to this game. They're going to be at the Ohio State-Texas game.
That'll be a good game to watch.
They've got listed as 1 and 2, so I guess in maybe the coaches poll because I'm pretty sure they were 1-3 in the
1-3 in the AP,
AP.
So I guess they're going off coaches.
Yeah. So so they picked a great game to send him off. 2 really cool pieces of headgear. He's either going to, put the Buckeye on. What's that guy's name? Bucky?
No, Brutus.
Brutus.
The ugliest mascot head in college football.
You're not going to call that guy Bucky. Yeah. Or the big Texas hat. Which one do you think Lee puts on for his final?
Well, I'm pretty sure one of his first, if not his first, college game day, putting the things on was Brutus.
Mm-hmm. It's one of his iconic ones. He's sitting there with the Brutus thing.
Yeah, my heart says, well, not my heart hates this team. My gut, rather, says Texas. I think they're going to be a little bit better, but I think he's going to put Brutus. I think he's going to put Brutus on.
That's going to be cool. It would be a better, image, I guess, to see him with the Brutus on.
Yeah.
Who are you picking in that game? Did we pick that game? We picked Texas. I picked Texas to upset Ohio State.
Yeah.
Or I guess not upset because they're number 1.
I'm about to say I really don't know. Whatever I picked them now, new pick. I don't know if it's new or not. I'm gonna say Texas wins that game.
It's in Ohio though. That's the only thing. It is in Columbus.
They've got a lot of new there, new quarterback, new just a whole lot of new, and also it's a Big Ten school.
Yeah,
they're not the SEC.
But I still don't consider Texas SEC yet, even though they won it last year. And
I don't consider Missouri SEC, and they've been here for quite a while. So
so this is a Big 12 versus a Big 10.
Yeah, this is a big matchup for if you're just an SEC fan, you hope they win the game. At the same time, I hate Texas.
I want to bring up Lee Corso because he was a big part of my. I don't know necessarily my childhood because I don't really remember him as a. I don't know when College Game Day started. Mm-hmm. Was it somewhere around 96?
I've got not a clue in the world. I was born.
Yeah. First
long time after that.
Okay, so his first iconic headgear pick was in 96 between Ohio State and Penn State.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. I bet he put the Bucky on or Brutus on then too. I don't know though. And so it started in 96. I graduated high school in 98. I don't remember it then, but when I really, really got into college football, which was probably about maybe 2000. I watched it some, before that, but I wasn't like, diehard gonna watch everything like I am now until about those early 2000 teams. And so watching him and, Kirk Herbstreit and I can't remember the other guy's name. It was like Chris somebody. Watching those guys, I know it's a different cast now. They've got some new guys on there.
Got some good ones.
Desmond Howard,
Reese Davis.
He was one of the old ones. Reese replaced the guy. I was trying to think of his name, Chris somebody.
Yeah, Nick Saban there now. Pat McAfee. They got a star.
Pat does a good job.
I'm excited for his pick. He's funny.
he's gonna take Lee's spot as being the main attraction to that show. But
which is crazy to say when Nick Saban's sitting down. But yeah, Pat McAfee. He's just more.
Yeah, but Nick Saban's a straight man.
Yeah.
Pat
McAfee's
was always
not
the straight man. Lee was always the.
Ain't he married? Ain't he got kids? No,
the comedy guy.
Yeah, he's the big personality on the show now. I really hope Lee Corso picks Texas because that would make Ohio State fans.
It would be great.
Great.
It would be great. I know everybody wants him to probably put Brutus on because he started with with Brutus and the other. But I would love for him to act like he's going to put it on and
throw
then punt it into the crowd. And
that
put
would
on
be
the
incredible.
Texas hat, and then I'll do that when he does. But anyways, I'm surprised they didn't want to come to the Arkansas UAAM game.
Yeah. This is going to be a really good matchup here. Two top 25 teams.
Yeah. No, looking over, UAAM. That's hard to say.
Well,
Alabama A&M.
Just A&M.
They're a hard team to get a handle on. Last year they were like 6-6. Am I stepping on you? Was you fishing?
No, you good. Go ahead.
So last year they were like 6-6 in the SWAC. again, which is the what used to be Division II. It's one, but it's the
Division 1B or AA or
FCS,
something.
the Football Championship Series. And it's the historically black colleges of the South, basically. Grambling and Southern and UAPB.
Jackson State.
Yeah, Jackson State, where Dion was at. I think UAPB was our only common – no, we had two common opponents last year. Auburn and UAPB.
Yep.
And Auburn blew the doors off of them. And then they beat UAPB pretty handily.
Yeah, 52-13 or something like
that. 50-something to 20 or whatever. But this is a new coaching staff. New, so you don't really know what they're going to do. They got their quarterback back. He seems to be really good. He can throw the deep ball. Seems to be able to run when he needs to. He had some pretty big running games. Seemed like maybe against UAPB and one other team. So, we don't really know. But like I said, Arkansas needs to come out crisp. They need to know what they're doing. Offensive, defensive lines. I want to see domination, and that's a question, because they've had recent movement on the defensive line. David Oakey's out. They've moved Keyshawn Blackstock over there to try to give more depth, and Coach Pittman said he's going to play. So I'm interested to see what that defensive line does against them. See if they can get pressure on the quarterback, penetration, see if they can disrupt some things.
Absolutely. So Arkansas opens the season with Alabama A&M Bulldogs in Fayetteville, Arkansas. The kickoff's at 3:15 p.m. Central. You can watch the game on the SEC Network on the ESPN app. The Bulldogs, like he said, they ended their last season 6-6 in the Southwest Atlantic Conference. They're led by Cornelius Brown IV.
Yep.
That's
there was three of them before him.
That's a pretty good name there. He went 127 on 222 attempts for 1,700 yards, 12 touchdowns, 7.5 yard average, while rushing 49 times for 161 yards and 1 touchdown. So,
that was for the season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was a team that was very hard to, you said.
Did he not play the entire season? Was he the starter all year? Because those numbers seem.
I don't think
low.
So. I think their quarterback graduated.
No, I mean, did he start every game last year?
I'm saying I don't think so because I think their team their quarterback graduated. Where's ESPN at?
Oh, you'd need stats for 2024.
Yeah. Cornelius Brown IV. Rushing. Wait, I passed it. Cornelius Brown 49, 161. That's what I said.
Yeah, but what I was saying was passing. So, yeah, he shared
16.
He shared quite a few snaps with the other quarterback.
Yeah, so that's what I was getting at.
I mean, he attempted 222. The other guy attempted 158.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's like a 60-40. It's not like he played the entire season, was the dominant, starter from start to finish.
Yeah, so like you said, this was a hard team for me to get a handle on just because they've lost everything. Every player that I clicked on and was like, oh, they had good stats. They're gone. So, I mean, every time it took me a while to get a handle on their team, to go through. I wanted to go through and see the names that are actually going to be playing who had an impact last season. So, Cornelius Brown IV, the lead running back for this team last year was Donovan Eaglin. He was a good, strong running back. Saw a hefty amount of plays, rushing 181 times for just shy of 1,000 yards.
Who picked him up, did you see?
He graduated as well.
Graduated.
Yeah, their whole team graduated.
Well, they did have one draft pick. Did you make note of that?
I didn't see
they
that.
had a offensive lineman that went in the 5th round to, I believe it was the Ravens.
That's pretty neat.
It's not like they didn't have, any good talent. They had at least that.
Yeah. And this, I watched a few of their highlights last season. What you could find.
Carson Benson was their offensive lineman.
Okay,
Yeah.
Carson Benson.
Carson Benson, drafted in the 5th round by the Ravens.
Yeah. So Donovan, he had a 5.3 yard average, 9 touchdown season. So I'll be interested to see this game who replaces that share there. Likely it's going to be senior Isaiah Nkonkwo.
That's who I was thinking.
But Ryan Morrow, he's also a viable option. Just watching them too.
Of the Northern Alabama Inconquinquos.
Yes, a very notable name there. Widely known in the Alabama A&M world for sure.
I mean, the Alabama Inconquinquos.
Yes, okay. This is borderline racist. Okay,
don't go there.
We got to get off this. I was just kidding. Defensively, again, you lose your best player there, but Marvin Smith is a good linebacker for the Dogs now. Good news is you keep the best player on your team, kicker Victor Barbosa. He went perfect last season for both extra point attempts and field goals. 31 for 31 extra points and 10 for 10 field goals. So that's pretty good. Pretty good statistic there.
31 for 31 is pretty good too.
Yeah, especially for a FCS team.
That's shocking.
Yeah, we didn't go perfect last season.
Yeah.
Not close to it. Didn't go perfect in the Oklahoma State game. I know that for sure.
I'm sitting here doubting your stats as we speak.
Well, I mean, hey, you doubt.
I wouldn't go check it. Oh, well, you got to pull it up. Right
Victor
here.
Barbosa, 31 for 31, 10 for 10.
That's 100%.
That's 100%.
That's pretty good.
In both. All right, on to Arkansas because that's really all I could find for the A&M. Or what didn't have a whole lot, but Arkansas.
No, this game's about the Hogs. This is, like I said, the only thing we could find about it
is if
about the Razorbacks in this game
stink.
is if they've got a glaring deficiency.
Yeah, if we get thrown over the top for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns, there's probably a problem.
If A&M, Alabama A&M scores more than 2 touchdowns,
yeah,
we've got a problem. If we don't score at least 50 points, we have a problem.
Yeah, I think watching this game, what I'll be looking for the most, just because there's not so much you can find out, is how clean is our handoffs going to be? Are we going to mess the snaps up at all? How many penalties are we going to get? Is there going to be onside, offside penalties? We want to keep those to a minimum, especially in a game like this. You want to keep the game. I want the game to be as clean as possible and look like we're a well-oiled machine going into this game.
First couple series even.
Yeah,
you can forget
get the jitters
stuff.
out.
You get the jitters out. You may jump offside. I hope not, though.
Yeah.
I hope they're clean. I hope they come out, jump on them, score every time they have the ball. I hope the defense pitches a shutout. I really want to see them show up and show out tomorrow. I'd like to see KJ in pretty early in the second half. Who we got listed as the third string? Who's our third on the depth chart for quarterback?
I would
right
assume
behind
it'd be.
KJ?
I'd assume it'd be T.J. Jackson. But I guess I could actually check for you. Y'all know we like to.
Yeah, we just on the fly here.
We like to do things on the fly.
We're talking. It's a podcast. We're talking to you. We're talking to each other.
Quarterback. Jackson Trevor.
That's who
T.J.
you're talking about.
Yeah, T.J. Jackson. Yeah.
Trevor Jackson.
Yeah.
So Grayson, he's
Arkansas native. That guy.
Yeah, he's fourth string.
Fourth string.
I hope
think we still have
see
Blake Boda, and I feel like he got recruited by Chad Morris. I'm pretty sure I've seen that he's still on the team.
Maybe
he's been here for a while.
So I hope we even get to see the third string quarterback, whoever that.
Likely we will, because I think KJ is going to be a baller. I think he's going to go out there and score quite a few different times, and then they're like, all right, well,
are you more excited to see all these new wide receivers, or are you more excited for the run game?
I am most excited in this game. Obviously, I want to see our quarterback, Taylor Green, throw a whole bunch of yards. But when we do get our second team in, I am most excited for the passing game with KJ. I want to see how he performs because I'll be honest, our running backs, they've proven that they're good. A.J. Green has played for us in the past. We know that he can run the ball. Rodney Hill played at FSU.
They've not been talking about A.J. in anything I've been able to see so far, really.
And Rodney Hill, we know he's good. So I think our running back group is going to be good. I'd like to I'd like to see our second team line come in and play a good game, but for the most part, I'm wanting to see some receiver depth and also how KJ performs, because we're high on KJ Jackson. I hope he can perform to the level that he's being talked about.
So I am excited to see these wide receivers. Omega Blake is a name that I've been wanting to see. I've been pulling for the old man.
Oh, yeah.
Monte Harrison, since he got on campus last year.
Me too.
I want to see those guys, Jaylen Brown, hopefully all those guys get in. Courtney Crutchfield, all these guys.
Also Arkansas native, that guy.
But I'm excited about the duo that I'm going to deem Thunder and Lightning here on this podcast.
Okay.
Braylon Russell and Mike Washington Jr. I think Braylon's going to bring the Thunder, the big bruising back that can break one. He'll get tired.
Absolutely.
After 70. He'll be breathing heavy over there on the side. We saw that in the Mississippi State game. But he can break it and go the distance. But he's that big bruiser. And then you've got Mr. Mike Washington Jr. It's going to be lightning. I like, Bobby Petrino's good about mixing it up. You're going to get some, I am excited, and I do hope and see that Taylon Green has got a multitude of or wide receivers to throw to.
Yes.
I don't want him locking on one guy.
Yeah, we don't need
like
another
he did last year.
Andrew Armstrong situation.
I want him to spread it around. Find chemistry with a guy. But don't just
lock in on
down.
him and have Isaac TeSlaa
But I love
up the right side wide open.
A running game.
I do too.
I mean, Arkansas has had so many good running backs. And we tried to name a bunch of them last week. We talked about Cedric Cobbs and Mardre Hill, Chris Jacuma, Ronnie Wingo, Niall Davis, Dennis Johnson, McFadden, Jones, Hillis,
Alex Collins,
and all these different guys. I mean, there's been so many, and I hope, and I'm excited to see Washington and Russell be that big tandem that gets the SEC talking this year about Arkansas's run game.
I'm with you there. Obviously, the man of the hour, second year starting quarterback, Taylon TG10 Green. I want to see him run the ball in this game a lot. I want to see how he is shifty. I want to see his footwork get better and his decision-making get better. I want to see him throw the ball to 7 different receivers. I don't want to see one every single time. Now, hey, if one every single time works, throw it to the guy, but don't leave the wide-open passes anymore. We haven't gotten to see much this offseason, to be honest, with the practices. They've been very limited to watch, and obviously the decision to not have the spring game has left a lot to wonder and anticipate. So if we're going off what's being said, which is really all we have right now, I feel pretty good from what the coaches, staff, and players have been saying. What they've assembled this offseason, and it instills some confidence hearing that Bobby's going to be coaching from the press box, because in my opinion, doing that shows he trusts Taylon in his second year to command the offense himself, and he doesn't feel the need to, I have to be on the sideline to make sure y'all know the plays and I've got to be screaming at you. It to me shows that he can trust Taylon to do that himself.
I love Bobby Petrino on the sideline.
I do too. I was sad to hear that.
Because I love seeing him chewing people out. I love to see that. But, yeah, no, I agree with everything you just said. It does show confidence that he's going to be up there. He's got the
earpiece,
the mic and the earpiece. He'll be able to talk to Taylon. I want him to be able to talk to Sam Pittman.
Yes.
That's
which they've got the headset.
I kind of like him being on the sideline more for Pittman's benefit than even the offenses, just because he can help him with the timeouts in the right situation and go
showing the
it,
emotion in his face, like, hey, this is what we need to do.
But I think Sam's going to be better. Last year he had the hip thing going on. I know that it was a distraction to him.
No doubt.
You're in pain.
It's hard to think straight.
It is hard, So, anyways, I don't know I wonder if that was Bobby's wish or if that was Sam's call? Say, I want you in the press box.
Bobby, he said it himself. He said that it was his decision to do the press box because he feels he can call a better game, being able to see the whole field.
You definitely get a better vantage point of the field. You can see the defense.
Yes,
and
exactly
being
what they're
able to
doing.
Talk to the quarterback now. That is, yeah. I think that's going to be a lethal combo. You know, he was in the press box while he was at A&M, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And
he scored a bunch for him.
Yeah.
So another name, obviously you've heard us talk 1,000 times about this guy. We're super excited. New Mexico State transfer, Mike Washington. We've heard what this man can do. I'm, for one, super excited to see the walk behind all the talk. I think we're a much better team this season. I really look forward to seeing this team play behind him, and probably, I think the red zone running back's going to be Benton native Braylon Russell, 6-time Arkansas Razorback, that kid. We got to see quite a bit of him last season. We're thoroughly impressed with him. So I think Mike's going to be the guy. They're going to run him on you 100 times, and then when we get to that 15, 10-yard line, I think we're going to see some of that brute force running back Braylon Russell.
I think they'll mix it up quite a bit all the way up down the field.
Mm-hmm.
And while you're talking about Talon running, I would be surprised if Talon run much. Now, he may have a lot of yards because he may break off one or two big, long runs.
Yeah.
But I would be surprised if we see him run more than 4 to 5 times. You know,
I don't think there's going to be many designed runs, but I think he's going to see the lanes open and take it off himself.
Okay, that's fair. We talked about some wide receivers. C.J. Brown is the one everybody's talking about.
Super quick, that guy.
I just want C.J. to, because, he come in last year and he had that fumble, and was that against A&M?
I don't remember.
He was having a great game. He caught the ball. He fumbled. I'm pretty sure that was C.J. And I was thinking, man, I wish, And so I'm looking forward to his redemption and his having a breakout game as well. What would you think would be good numbers? What do you think the running back yardage-wise and top receiver yardage-wise are you looking for here?
For the game overall, and just like the position group rather than an individual.
I'm talking about the leading rusher and the leading receiver. What do you
I'd
think?
like to see Mike Washington break 200-300 yards this game easily. What D-Mac do? He did 300 against South Carolina.
But that was a crazy game.
Yeah, this is Alabama A&M. I'm looking for him to have at least 200-300 yards.
D-Mac did against South Carolina.
Yeah.
If Mike I'd like to see Mike run for 150 yards.
That's a disappointment, man.
And Braylon get about 100 yards.
Yeah.
That way you got 250 from your top two.
Yeah, you got to take into account that they're not going to play the whole game.
Right.
So,
and then, if
closer to that 200-yard range, not 300.
And then I'd like to see our top receiver over 100 yards. And then I'd like to see a cluster of 3 or 4 other receivers with 50 or so.
Yeah, more 50, 100 yards. So at the receiver position, the starting lineup is set. They're going to have Omega Blake, Jalen Brown, and C.J. Brown. For one, I was disappointed to not see Big Dirty 30 starting, but still anticipate that he's going to play a major factor in this offense nonetheless, starting or not. I think he's going to get a lot of playing time, especially this game.
What if they can't get the ball to him on offense? It's the first game of the year. It's his second season. But if it ever comes down to where they just can't get the ball to him, I want to see them move him because I want to see him play.
Yeah. I
would love to see him as a safety or something where he can hit, with his 30-year-old professional athlete body.
I want to see the big man
18, 19
run these kids over.
Right. So I hope he's playing receiver. They were talking him up in the fall camp. I hope he becomes a breakout receiver. But if he don't, rather than see him buried on the depth chart, move that man and let him wreak havoc on these young whippersnappers.
Punish them. Put belt to bottom. Offensive line, it appears to be much improved, but we haven't really seen it. On the left side, Carmona Jr. moving over to guard. Corey Robinson's at the tackle position, making his debut for the Hogs after spending time at Georgia Tech. Caden Kittler heads that line at the center position. And then on the right, you've got Amarion Harris, Kobe Branham. And I expect to see a much better line play from this team. And in my opinion, the season's going to fall in this group here. Can they mesh together well? Can they not have stupid, costly penalties? Are they able to get some run blocking? Can you give Taylon Green more than 4.5 milliseconds to throw the football? I think this is going to be the biggest problem, and which is what we say every year because they've been so terrible year after year.
Which is a shock.
Crazy.
That was what Sam Pittman was supposed to bring to this team.
That's what we were high on.
Awesome offensive line play, but
yeah.
So maybe this will be the team that we see that improvement.
I'll say what encourages me the most about this line position is when you have 6'8", 340-pound machine on the bench. I think we're gonna have a pretty good, strong, big line. Shaq's on the bench.
Shaq ain't gonna be on the bench a lot. I mean, he's gonna rotate. He's right in there 1A. He's right outside the starting position. So
yeah,
when who's on that right tackle spot? Kobe?
Right tackle, I think, is Kobe Branham.
Whoever it is.
Either Kobe or Amarion Harris, one or the other.
Yeah, whoever it is, he's going to be filling in, which you don't want a lot of turnover in your offensive line. You kind of want those guys to be able to play the majority of the snaps because you want cohesion. But they're going to need breaks and stuff. You're going to see Shaq, I'd say, play quite a few snaps in this,
no doubt about
this
it.
game.
Now, on to what is most worrisome for many, including me, is the defense. Last season, we ended 73rd in the nation for overall defense and had a really glaring issue within the secondary. I'm confident in the linebacker group, especially with Swole, Steven Dix, Xavier Sori, a few others. They're going to be really good, solid. I don't think there's anything to worry about there. And even safety position, Larry Worth III he's a beast. The main thing we have to improve on this season is the cornerback position and passing defense. So I guess we're going to see what happens there. The defensive line's kind of an unknown right now without that Landon Jackson. Who's going to step up? That's a question we need to find out quick. Who's going to be the dominant pass rusher? Maybe it's your Cam Ball, your Quincy Rhodes, maybe it's Justice Boone. Either way, someone's going to have to step up and make themselves known. So I look forward to seeing who that's going to be.
A lot of talk about Justice Boone, Philip Lee, some of these new guys. Yep. We don't, like you said, we don't really know. That is the big question mark. You're gonna have to talk. Sorry, y'all. I've been under the weather. I've got a tickle in my throat right now.
Oh. Gonna scoot over here on the Hogs. Let's move into the right a little bit. But yeah, that's the big thing is because we hear a lot of talk about Cam Ball is going to be great, and he was good last season. Quincy Rhodes Jr.'s played a while for us, and Justice Boone's been getting a lot of hype as well. But who is actually going to put their cleats in the ground and get to the football? That's the main question.
What I was trying to get around to, I'm looking to see, you mentioned Davion Sori and Dix. I want to see Bradshaw step up and be that three-headed monster at linebacker. And, of course, any of the other ones, too, if they can. But that's one I'm keeping my eye on.
All righty. To close, I guess we're going to give our – you want to cough over that way instead of right on to me, man? In closing, I guess we're going to give another prediction. We did this at the beginning, but we do this every single preview prediction. I've obviously still got Alabama A&M getting taken to the woodshed. I had this game predicted at 77-10. Although I don't think we might score that much on them now, I'm sticking with it. Give me the Hogs with a butt whooping.
I think I picked this lower, but I'm going to modify mine. I'm going 63-7. I think I picked them in the 50s. I think I picked them like 55-14 or something like that. I want to see us put our foot on their throat early on and never take it off.
I'm with you there. After watching the Missouri game, I don't think Missouri's as good as us, and I think Central Arkansas is a much better team than A&M. So seeing them win that game 66-10, or whatever the score ended up being, it's got me feeling pretty good about a high-scoring game.
That's wild. I feel better about. I feel worse about Missouri now, and feel like they're probably a little better than I thought they were coming in this season. I was impressed. For them to beat UCA, like what you said, I think UCA is probably a much better team than Alabama A&M, and they walked them like dogs.
Well, what that was is the first half, I think, ended 19-0. So they just had a second. They came in at halftime and was able to work some things out at half and really put it on them at the end. And especially, I mean, when you get into those deep games like that or longer games, the FCS schools don't have the strength and stamina to last with these bigger SEC schools who have these much better facilities. So skill-wise, Missouri was not as good as 66-10 ended up being. They just had the stamina to outlast them because at the beginning, UCA was really giving them a run for their money at the start.
Yeah.
But, all right, so I guess that's going to do it for us today. We're headed to Branson this weekend. We're going to spend some time out there in Digtown, USA. So
taking Jace for his my grandson Jace, I'm talking about that boy loves heavy equipment. Backhoes and stuff.
Tractors,
all about
skid steers, the whole thing.
He calls everything a tractor, but his favorite thing is an excavator. And so we're going to take him to that place, and little kids can actually play with excavators. I'm excited.
Big kids can they? Okay, just making sure. I wanted to play with them, but don't be worried. I got the On the Go podcast equipment. Gonna bring it, and we're gonna give you our instant reaction as we always do. So I'm excited for the game to watch. Like I said, 3:15 kickoff time. Tune into the game. Support
SEC
the Hogs.
Network.
I'm tired of the cloudiness. Support the Hogs. If they suck, they're going to suck. If they're good, they're going to be good. So just support them either way. But yeah, so thank y'all. Today's episode and every episode is sponsored by Shelter Insurance.
That's right. Dillinger Insurance Agency.
Harrisburg, Arkansas.
Licensed in Arkansas, Tennessee, and Missouri. Your home, auto, life, commercial, farm, business insurance, annuities, anything you need, we've got something for you. We're your shield, we're your shelter, and we'll make sure that you're insured.
I've heard that they're better than State Farm.
I cannot, say, but I will say I've heard that.
That's just word on the street. But as always, thank you guys for watching. As always, God bless and go Hogs.
Jesus saves.